Welcome to episode 10 of my Road to DipWSET video analysis. I'm currently tasting 12 incredible wines over a 12-week journey according to the WSET systematic approach to tasting. By using the SAT, I'm able to assess the wine's quality as well as its readiness for drinking. I started these videos to try and encourage those who watch them to make a small contribution towards my educational campaign. The campaign is being run by BackaBuddy. The link that you'll need in order to take a read through the campaign and to make a donation will be found across all my social media pages. The funds generated will go towards my enrollment for the Diploma in Wines through WSET. The diploma is an expert wine course and is the highest level of education offered by the institution. Every cent helps, and to make donating worth your while, I'll be including a bottle of every wine tasted over this 12-week journey into a case of 12 which you can get your hands on. All you need to do is make a donation towards the campaign. Once again, I'd like to extend a massive thank you to everybody that stepped forward to make a donation thus far, and to all these amazing producers who have been kind enough to sponsor the wines for these videos. And now, let me introduce wine number 10 to you, the Journey's End Cabernet Sauvignon 2017. All hail the king! Cabernet Sauvignon is recognized as the king of the grapes because it's intense and commanding as well as powerful and robust. For those who don't know, Cabernet Sauvignon came to existence through an accidental crossing between Cabernet Franc and Sauvignon Blanc. The grape varietal has features which allow wines produced with Cab Sav to outlive most other wines if you're planning to put something away for that rainy day a good few years from now. Cab Sav is renowned for its very thick skin as well as its resilience against the elements and its ability to adapt to many different climates. It produces wines which are dark in color, full in body, have high tannins, a high natural acidity, and tend to showcase flavors and aromas of dark fruits, tobacco, herbaceousness, and then elements of spice and vanilla from the oaking. Because of the grape's very thick skin, it's able to resist harsh weather conditions, diseases, and also ward off pests. And this makes Cabernet Sauvignon invaluable to winemakers. Cabernet Sauvignon, along with its parent varietals Cabernet Franc and Sauvignon Blanc, tends to be high in methoxypyrazines. These are compounds in the fruit that promote tones of herbaceousness or greenness. To a lot of wine enthusiasts and winemakers out there, it's a tone which is undesired within the wine. Therefore, winemakers take extra care in the vineyards to make sure that the Cabernet Sauvignon is going to ripen up fully. By ripening up fully, it's going to really tone down that herbaceousness and promote more of that primary fruit character. Like I've said before, Cabernet Sauvignon is a muscular wine. It stands proudly on its own, yet it is often blended with other grape varietals just to help accentuate that dark fruit elegance. The addition of the other varietals will also add to the flavor spectrum, to the complexity, and also make a harsh young cab far more palatable. And these varietals include Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and at times Petit Verdot and Malbec. The Cabernet Sauvignon being produced in South Africa right now represents true value and prestige. These are wines that will easily stand their ground against some of the best wines around the world. And yes, I hear you. Cabernet Sauvignon is quite intimidating. It's a wine which is difficult to get into at first, and although you might not be a fan of it right now, within the next few years, I can assure you that you'll be infatuated with the king. Journey's End is nestled amongst the Skarpenberg Hills, beneath which lies 350 million-year-old decomposed granite soils. It's these soils which add to the minerality and the graceful character found in the Journey's End wines. Roger Gabb, a UK businessman and now owner of Journey's End Wines, fell in love with this property back in 1995. After years of traveling and running multiple businesses, Roger was at the point of retirement, so his journey was coming to somewhat of an end. So when Roger purchased the property, which was just surrounded by 20 hectares worth of vineyard, how could he not name it Journey's End? Leon Esterhazen, who is now the general manager of Journey's End, was appointed as the winemaker back in 2005. Leon would go on to producing some of my favorite wines to date. These wines include the Destination Chardonnay as well as the Cape Doctor, forming part of their Icon or Precision range. In 2015, Leon would then pass those winemaking reins onto now winemaker Mike Dawson. Mike's actually from Durban, but he moved to Stellenbosch to pursue that passion of his for winemaking. Mike studied cellar technology at the Elsenburg Agricultural College, where he graduated top of his class in 2014. He's gone on to developing his skill sets by producing wines at Steenberg and Constantia, and also completing harvests in Argentina and Chile. He uses progressive methods in both the cellar and the vineyards, and with his minimal intervention approach to winemaking, he's able to produce classically elegant wines. So when he's not smashing bunny chow or pulling off the craziest cutbacks at Muses, you'll find Mike in the cellar at Journey's End producing amazing wines which will leave your palate yearning for more. At Journey's End, it's all about producing premium, easy drinking wines suitable for every occasion whilst allowing nature to run its course. And with that being said, how's about we crack on with that evaluation? So now that I've evaluated this wine, all I can say is go find this wine and go buy this wine. The wine's actually left me speechless, so let's just take a look at my notes. For the appearance, I said the wine is deep ruby. On the nose, the wine carries a pronounced aroma intensity. I could pick out aromas of black cherry, some black currant, blueberry, blackcurrant leaf, charred wood, tobacco, and a touch of leather. When I put my nose in this glass, the amount of depth that the wine carries is so warm and it's so inviting. On the aroma, I could find primary, secondary, and also a touch of tertiary elements. Therefore, the wine, I said, is a developing wine. I mean, it is a cab after all. On the palate, I said that the wine is dry, carries a high acidity, and has a medium plus tannin structure. The tannins on this Cabernet Sauvignon are incredibly smooth, almost velvet-like. The wine also carries a high alcohol and is full in its body, just like me. I said the wine has a pronounced flavor intensity, and I could find flavors of mulberry, blackcurrant, some black cherry, cured meat, charred wood, and then a little touch of some dark chocolate. And when it comes to nobility, as you could imagine, the Cabernet Sauvignon carries a nice long, muscular, yet very royal kind of finish. When it comes to the assessment of quality, we use that Blick system. We're going to score this wine on its balance, the length, the intensity, and also the complexity. I scored the wine a point for balance, a point for length, a point for intensity, and a point for complexity. Therefore, giving the Journey's End Cabernet Sauvignon 2017 an overall quality assessment of outstanding. And to top that off, take a look at this. Only 32 barrels produced. So not only is the wine incredibly delicious, it's incredibly exclusive. For the readiness of drinking, I said the wine drinks well now, but it is going to benefit with some further aging. And this, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the conclusion of episode number 10. Before I love and leave you, you know what I'm going to say. I want you to remember that there's absolutely no standard when it comes to your enjoyment for wine. And remember, be kind and drink good wine. Now that's tasty.